Gatti has.
The mouthpiece.
Thomas, hør så her.
Thomas, listen to me.
Du her endnu, okay?
You're still here.
Sådan. Ved du hvad, du gør det kraftedeme godt.
You're doing a really good job.
Thomas,
listen to me.
Du trænet til at kunne gå 40 omgange.
You're trained
og det kan du
to go
godt.
40 rounds.
Han må ikke have lov at slippe ud af det her. Han må ikke begynde at lave grin, begynde at danse.
This is for the championship, you understand? Let's go get it. Keep that left hand out there, keep him in front of you. When he gets close.
Here you see where the two heads collide right there, and it could have been, the cut could have occurred just as well on Gatti as it did on Damgaard. Thank God it wasn't in a serious area such as the eye.
So an accidental bump of heads leads to the bleeding on the top of Thomas Damgaard's head, and you may have noticed in Damgaard's corner, the cut man giving him an impromptu haircut. Didn't need to go to supercuts for that one. Power punches in round 7. Gatti 22 out of 35. Damgaard 11 out of 24. Damgaard's punch output dropped to 66 punches from the 80s and the 90s where it had been in the 4 or 5 prior rounds. Perhaps Damgaard was a little thrown off by the blood. Gatti now seeming to hold the right hand back and use it sparingly. There he throws it again. Can't tell whether it's broken or simply bothering him. But frankly, when a fighter's broken his right hand as many times as Arturo has...
Yes, it could have been one of those flare spots where you heard it from before. Maybe just a nerve, and maybe not enough to the point where it can stop him from punching. Maybe he's gotten over it, but he's been proven that he will fight even with pain anyway before, especially...
Gatti just turned his back on Damgaard there for a moment, which is the kind of thing he did against Mayweather, and Mayweather knocked him down.
If Damgaard was a big puncher, he might have done something with the free shot. He did make contact. Now Gatti slips, winds up in a conventional stance, throws the right hand again anyway. Both fighters look a little uncertain this round as to exactly what they want to do.
Well, but one thing that seemed to be pretty obvious to me that Gatti doesn't have too much fear of Damgaard's power.
Although Gatti fell into the ropes off balance when Damgaard hit him with a body shot there.
I wonder if there is any fatigue showing in Gatti right now.
There's a hard right hand to the body by Arturo Gatti. He reaches to try to do it again.
That's what those body punches were set up for. He was trying to throw those uppercuts there to set him up and shoot it straight down the middle on the chin.
There's the difference in punching power, and now blood streaming from the mouth of Thomas Damgaard.
Break. Let him go.
Looked like Gatti may have hurt his right hand. It landed in that blow also.
Gatti switches to a southpaw stance and lands a left cross. Now he goes back into the conventional stance, throws an uppercut, and throws another right hand. How courageous is Arturo Gatti, as once again he appears to be fighting through the pain of perhaps a broken right hand and using it over and over because he has to win the fight.
Well, Damgaard is pretty damn tough himself because he's taking a woeful beating.
With an awed head.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Very good. Now, champ.
Hey, man.
I know.
I know.
Round 9 coming up, baby. Okay?
Round 9.
Just touch him downstairs. Okay, he's breaking down slowly. Drink this, champ. Okay? Drink that.
Believe in it. You're very close to win this.
Okay.
Okay?
Pres ham. Han kan ikke lide dem i sækken. Hvis du skyder ham den i madkassen,
He doesn't like the ones you punch to the body.
Og vær hård
Use
med
the
ham.
left.
Du er nødt til at være hård med ham.
But be tough.
Jeg ved,
You have to be tough with him.
Det har været hårdt til træning, mand. Tro på det.
It's been more tough training.
Klip ham med den venstre hånd. Sæt dem i sækken på ham. Han skal bakkes op, og du gør det.
The I know. I think that's a code between them two, that his right hand, Gatti's right hand, has been hurt.
Yep.
But they know not to say it because the commission may hear it and may stop the fight possibly. But it's pretty obvious that he signaled to Buddy that he has hurt his right hand.
I believe that is exactly correct. You're right. That's what I know was about. And the import of I know was be quiet.
Yes. But still, Gatti being the warrior, he still is going to throw that right hand.
Absolutely. Look at those left hooks. Those are classic signature Arturo Gatti left hooks. Like the one that starched Rafael, or Gabe Ruelas, I should say, at a moment when Ruelas was beating him. Like the one that starched Wilson Rodriguez when he was blind in both eyes.
The thing about Gatti, he can punch with both hands.
Box, gentlemen, let's go. Get this clean. Let him go. Break.
Damgaard chopping at an open Arturo Gatti with the left hand, only landed a glancing blow. Gatti chancing a right hand to the rib cage. Comes back with the left hook.
Sometimes that can do more damage than a punch to the head because you're laying right on the elbow sometimes. And the guy's elbow, and it really hurts, particularly the right thumb.
That's how he broke the hand against Ward in one of the two fights. When Damgaard lands openly at close range like this, you get to see the difference in punching power. Gatti's punches tend to move Damgaard. Damgaard's punches land on Arturo, but Arturo keeps on throwing.
Damgaard doesn't have any real snap on his punches.
Let him go, Damgaard.
They're punches with strength and not quickness or snap or power. You land enough of them, you can chop down somebody, but he's way behind in the fight. Does he have enough time to do it here?
And it's pretty obvious to everybody that Gatti has hurt his right hand now.
Arturo switching southpaw again, jabbing with that right hand, popping it into the mouth of Thomas Damgaard, but really opening up, trying to land some damaging blows with his left.
A lot of blood coming from the face, maybe even the mouth now of Damgaard.
Yes, I believe he's bleeding from both the top of the head and the mouth. And those are two good straight left-hand shots out of the southpaw stance.
We know Gatti is now fighting in the southpaw so he can get power with his left hand.
Exactly right.
He can't throw the right hand. He just pawing with the right hand, and really his power now is, for the most part, with his left hand.
And since he's fighting against a southpaw fighter, it's an ideal way to set up and make an angle for the punch. The fact that he can do it is tremendously helpful in a situation where clearly the right hand is hurt.
He's got so much guts. It's unbelievable.
Gatti doing very little to try to get away from the punches of Thomas Damgaard, because by this point in the fight, he's determined he can take everything Damgaard throws.
Give me some ice.
That.
Give me some water.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Thomas, hør her.
Listen, Thomas, listen.
Thomas, hør så her.
Listen.
Du er med på den? Hør, hvad jeg siger.
Can you hear what I'm saying?
Du er okay, ikke?
Are you okay?
Prøv så at høre her. Han må ikke få lov at tage
listen.
af dig nu. Fordi det vil han
Don't let him get to you now.
Han tror, at du er træt. Du holder
He
stadigvæk presset
thinks
på
you're
ham.
tired.
Er du med på den?
Keep
Bevæger du
pressuring
stadigvæk,
him.
flytter hovedet, holder de brædder op, men du lægger pres
Move
på
your
ham,
head.
og du slår på ham. Han vil gerne ligge derude og danse til at overlægge på.
These next 3 rounds may be more crucial for Gatti than the rounds that he had with Mickey Ward, because I think his hand is really hurt very bad right now. And on top of that, you got a guy who's putting a lot of pressure on him.
The 9th round was a brilliant display of punching accuracy for Gatti, who threw 93 punches and landed 55 of them, including 41 out of 53 power shots. And again, he's working with what appears to be a potentially broken right hand. Harold, how do you have it through 9?
Okay, Jim, 8 rounds to 1. 89-82, Arturo Thunder Gatti. You know, Jim, Arturo Gatti is a guy that bleeds on a contract. And you look at him, doesn't have a cut over his eyes, under his eyes, not bleeding from the nose. Thomas Damgaard can't punch. He's relentless, he stays on top of him, but that doesn't win fights. What wins fights is the hard shots that Gatti is landing. Gatti on clean, effective punching, 8-1.
Let him go.
Gatti may need a round off here in the 10th after having expended so much energy in the 9th.
This may be the worst he's ever had his head hurt. I was watching. The cameras didn't show his corner. But I was watching entirely, and it's really bad. And you can see him just shaking his head. So he's in bad, bad pain.
He is discouraged by the pain in his right hand. But that's discouragement about the rest of his career, not about this fight. He's going to fight through the fight and make it the best he can. Switching to the southpaw stance, still throwing the right hand as an uppercut. Look at the guts.
Just in case Damgaard thought his right hand was bothering him, throws 4 or 5.
I mean, you just don't see it.
That one on top of the head could have reminded Gatti of how much his hand bothers him.
Absolutely.
I expect him to go southpaw.
Oh, and he bends over, cringing in pain after throwing the right to the body.
And hurt him with the right hand.
Both hands go.
And he hurt Damgaard with a short right hand.
It looked for a moment as though Gatti was going to go to the floor in pain after throwing a right hand. But then he rose from the crouch and fired a series of punches.
Well, either Damgaard is the toughest guy in Europe, or maybe Gatti doesn't hit that hard at this weight.
Or maybe Gatti doesn't hit very hard with the right hand when it's broken, and Damgaard knows the left hand is the money punch. It's hard to say off of this whether Arturo can survive in the welterweight division, Manny.
Well, I think, it is hard to say, but his hand, I don't know if he's going to be able to continue to fight with much bigger, stronger guys that are bigger punchers continually hurting that right hand like that.
What an irony it would be if the career of the greatest blood and guts warrior of his era, a guy who has been noted for winning fights while cut, for winning fights while swollen and blinded, for winning fights from behind with big punches, if that career were foreshortened by a broken hand, it would be a disappointment.
It is a disappointment because it's happening so often now that I don't know if it can ever be correctly healed.